we're going to have a look at nature, or the nature of things, our nature, the nature of the people that we let run the show and our relationships. The title, Charlie Foxtrot, is a military term that means a clusterfuck. Nowhere to run, nowhere to turn.
Mother Night, fold your dark arms about me. Protect me in your black embrace. I sit alone, an impotent exile, whilst this force, this presence, returns to torment me. Enter! Ah, Blix, come closer. Are you not the most loathsome of my goblins?
Truly, Master. Black as midnight, black as pitch, blacker than the foulest witch.
Looking upon these frail creatures, one would not think that they could contain such power. One could rule the universe with it. You must find them for me.
A rare privilege, Master.
The movie Legend, one of my favorite movies. The featured villain, the character, his name was Darkness. He was sentenced to remain in the dark.
Darkness is sent.
You're a plucky little partridge.
Hurry!
Too late!
He got lonely down there, so he sent one of his minions on a mission to kidnap a lady named Lily, so he could force her to marry him. After they caught her, then they brought her down there where Darkness was. And there was this scene.
Spirit, hypnotize her, set her free, bring her to you.
Darkness sends this faceless thing to Lily. And she's watching this thing dance, still wondering how her herself even got down there. But anyway, she's looking at this thing dance. The point of me referencing the thing in the dress, we'll look at it as our government. And I'd like to say that we were turned into this thing, but the reality is we've always been this thing, born with it in us. So being enchanted by it is easy. The things that we want.
Eat.
I'm not hungry.
You lie. Just to please me.
I do nothing for your pleasure.
But we are alone together. Just the two of us.
You've stolen my dreams away.
All things change, lady. Dreams are my speciality. Through dreams, I influence mankind. My dream is of eternity with you.
This is the situation. What we're up against are people that some say are not even human. But we are up against people that are against God, or the concept of a God, against what's natural. An example, while they're trying to make it to where a man could carry a child to term in his back.
Meet 83-year-old Amal Haji, who hasn't bathed in over 60 years and is considered the dirtiest man in the world. And according to the Tehran Times, he believes cleanliness brings on illness. He drinks over a gallon of water per day, eats rotten meat off dead animals, smokes animal feces and cigarettes, and when asked to eat clean food and drink fresh water, he becomes upset. When it comes to stuff like taking care of his beard or hair, Haji doesn't use clippers or scissors to get the job done. Instead, he prefers to use an open flame. He carefully burns his hair over the fire until it's reached the appropriate length. He used to live a normal life in his village with his family until he began to believe that keeping clean was ruining his health. That was when he made the serious decision to leave his family and his village, to embrace what he believed was the pursuit of living a healthier lifestyle.
Amal Haji, even though the man is a nomad, he still imposed rules upon himself. People need rules. And let me say something that I know won't be well received. Not only do we need rules, but we also need for rules to be imposed upon us. We put rules on ourselves, just like the man who won't wash himself. And we put rules on other people. And I want for folks to understand why people like politicians and others seek positions of authority. And I used Amal as a reference as to why it is imperative that the people we allow to make the rules are not as corrupt as they could be. This is part of the clusterfuck.
The one that I'm using has 32 needles in it.
The procedure takes samples of your own blood, extracts the plasma, then injects it back into your face with needles.
Honestly, it made me sick to my stomach right away.
When patients of the VIP spa first learned of bloodborne illnesses that likely had spread from a procedure there, they were terrified.
More recently, in this year, we were notified of a second infection.
Now, with 2 confirmed cases of HIV, the Department of Health has issued an alert to anyone who may have had an injection-related procedure at the spa.
So this was your blood?
Procedures like the vampire facial, which stars like Kim Kardashian have had done.
The likelihood that these resulted from a procedure at the spa are high.
The Department of Health says the esthetician running the business was using unsafe practices that could spread infections like HIV and hepatitis B and C.
The need for law, or the threat of penalty for breaking the law. Trust me, you do not want to leave it up to the people, us, to operate without the thought of penalty if we're allowed to do what thy will. Trust and believe that. And I understand that what I just said leaves a bad taste in your mouth, but people can't be trusted. Imagine how fast people would be driving if there were no speed limits. Our beloved and trusted banks, of course owned by the ones we classify as the elite, the 1%. But people put their money in banks because we don't trust ourselves, or we don't trust the people that we live with, and or we don't trust our neighbors. In the title of the video. Now this next example, it may be a bit corny to some, but it's something that I noticed. And sometimes it's the little things. Now we understand how these people will let us know where their heads are at in movies, television, music, and signs and symbols all over the place.
Oh my God! They killed Kenny! You bastard!
Elitists tell you how they feel about poor people. In South Park, they killed Kenny because he's poor. And Kenny is the only one who can't be heard.
Kenny, watch out! Oh my God! They killed Kenny!
His mouth is covered, and except for a few special occasions, no words come out. Only inaudible sounds come from his mouth. But if that was too corny for you, I'll show you this to bring my cartoonish example closer to reality.
Gut-wrenching video of a restaurant owner's outrage. She's forced to shut down outdoor dining at her local bar and grill.
And she shared her frustration on social media, and it quickly went viral.
She was very upset, and she recorded her reaction on camera.
I'm losing everything. Everything I own is being taken away from me. And they set up a movie company right next to my outdoor patio, which is right over here.
Angela Marsden, owner of Pineapple Hill Saloon and Grill, outraged and emotional, posting this video on social media after she saw production tents and tables set up in a parking lot just a few feet from the outdoor dining area she's not allowed to use.
They have not given us money and they have shut us down. We cannot survive. My staff cannot survive. Look at this. Tell me that this is dangerous, but right next to me as a slap in my face, that's safe. This is safe.
I guess I was in shock. So I walked in, and then I'm going to make signs and give out last paychecks, and I just started crying.
That's not just here in the United States either, by the way. That's all over the world. You can see that the little folks are getting pushed aside. And this commentary is for the purposes of people to become mold breakers. I understand the importance of public perception and the need to shape it. And the common sense and the lie that's told too often is that everything is the devil's fault. Another reason for this commentary is because I know that people don't want to hear it.